Okay, so we'll have to refresh this HQ page a couple of times. I still,
Is that what I have to do?
yeah, we both have to refresh it probably 2 or 3 times. We're on the public page.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Okay, it takes a few times. Let me see.
Yeah, it still shows the tray.
Can I turn my ringer off while you're on the phone? Yeah, I just silenced it. Okay, yay. Here we go. All right, one more time's a charm. There it is. See, it's 3 or 4 times. Oh, I have bad hair at the end of the day.
There you are.
There we go. Sound working?
I'm enjoying.
There we go. Okay, guys, say hello when you jump on. How are you? I'm a little later than I thought I would be again. And Linda's on the line with us also. Hey, Tracy Elsie, how are you? Look how Facebook just makes a post about your website when you jump on. How nice is that? Oh, my goodness. Hi, Connie. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Trace. How are you? How's everybody doing today? Is everyone staying warm? Are you warm, Linda? How cold is it there, Linda?
It was -17 when I woke up this
Oh
morning.
my gosh. I'm north of Pittsburgh and she is in Minnesota, -17. I think we're going into I think 8 degrees or something tomorrow, crazy all week, and I think -10 with the wind chill. So, oh my goodness.
Oh, let's not talk about wind chill, Casey. It was -34 or 37.
Oh my goodness, I would never leave the house. Hey Diane, how are you? Hey Patty, it's cold in Georgia too. Hey Amanda, how are you? Janet from Texas, hello. Hi Becky from Ohio. Teresa Lee, how are you? Hey Terry, hi Cindy. How's everybody doing today? Yeah, that's crazy. Listen, Linda, I'd be like all cozied up. I would never go out, I don't think, ever.
I have not stuck my head out of the house.
You have not. I would not. Yeah. And as much as I don't care to bundle up, I'd be bundled up. So I just painted this literally before, just in the last hour, was it, Linda? I don't know when I posted in the last hour.
So.
Yeah, so this was a tray I bought from Michael's, a $6.99. It's on sale today. I looked it up to show the members for $4.98. I'm gonna poly this tomorrow. I think it'll look so cute on a coffee table. Maybe put a candle on it or something. And so I'm gonna have a class on this as well, but I'm gonna film it for the membership. So I thought that's a pretty good price for that, too. And this went together within an hour, whole thing, painted the tray and everything. So I was excited about it. I haven't painted a hummingbird in probably 5 years, and the hummingbirds that I had were not filmed, so I owed the members a hummingbird, right, Linda?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, it was so funny is I had it on my list, and my other one's different than that. It's on a big wood palette. Of course it's on wood too. I don't know. Hummingbirds seem to go with wood. You can put this on anything though. This is a size for an 11 by 14 canvas or a 12 by 16 canvas. You can put that on, but you can paint it on any surface, any of the stencils. Happy to have you, Michelle. Hello. 20s in Virginia tomorrow. Hi, Karen. How are you? Sue, Becky, hello. I could hibernate. Me too. Robin Storm, freezing from Georgia. I'm sorry. Cindy, hello. You love the tray. Yay. Hey, Tammy, how are you? Hey, Shell. Hey, Gretchen. 1 below 0 in Wisconsin. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, and those of you in the warm states, it's probably really killing you. You're used to the warm weather, too. We were like that when we lived in Florida. We've been back here for 20 years, but we moved to Florida, it was 90 in February, and if it went down to 60, we had a wool coat on. It's crazy. 6 inches of snow Tuesday night. Used to this in South Louisiana. Oh my goodness. I hope your roads are safe, Julie. Geez. Deborah, hello. North Carolina. Tara, hello. Near Cape Cod. I've never been there. It looks so beautiful there. 11 degrees in Indiana right now. We're all freezing. Hi, Debbie. How are you?
So do they even have equipment in Louisiana?
Yeah, I'm wondering too. That's why it's scary in the States that they're not prepared for it. Hi, Margaret. I'm happy to have you here. Oh, Julie, thanks. I'm so glad you love it. Julie's from South Carolina. Cindy Franklin. It's cold in the deep South. Tommy Lou, hello. Gretchen. Shell, hello. I'm glad you guys love the tray. So I was thinking today what we could do is I could jump on it, and I'm going to show you how to use your rake brushes, because we have a couple of things. Like we have the Valentine's Highlander. We used a rake brush throughout the whole thing. This I just filmed for our membership. This little adorable owl, I just did this yesterday, and so I filmed that and put it in their vault. And this is all with the rake brush. Anytime we do fur, hair, or feathers, it's generally with a rake brush. And so I'm going to show you how to water down your paint and how to build up the fur or hair or feathers. Okay, so I just want to show you how to use a rake brush. What is a rake brush? I can't talk, Linda. I feel like I have a list going on. So Linda's on the phone with me from Minnesota, freezing to death, and she's gonna let me know if you have any questions while we paint. I'm excited to paint with you. Listen, I got my inspiration to you like the beginning of fall, before Christmas, and then right after Christmas I get like hugely, if that's a word, inspired to paint so many things again. So I might be bombarding all of you. So far, I think we have 8 new paintings this month, I think, Linda. Maybe 9. I don't know. There's a lot of them. We're not done yet. I don't know why, but you start working on it. So I always put in a few new Valentine's, few new St. Patrick's Day, but also I start feeling spring. Even though it's not springy out, I want to paint spring, maybe because it's so cold. I don't know. Tracy, hello. How are you? Deborah. Thank you. So you guys are going to do, Charlene said it's 15 degrees in Kentucky. Feels like 1 degree. That's crazy. Tanya from Southeast Louisiana. Yesterday, 71. Tuesday, we'll have 3 to 6 inches of snow. Oh my goodness. Dawn Julie, how are you? Tara, how are you? Robin, how are you doing? Sue, I'm glad you're here. Okay, guys, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you my rake brushes. I don't bring ones home from the studio too often. I use them almost every single day. They're in our pack, and also we sell them as singles, like individual brushes. If you're not familiar with us, we have a studio about 45 minutes north of Pittsburgh. We also live in the same area. I know I said that, Linda. So you can check us out on Facebook. There's over 100,000 photos of our painters on there. If you ever need to look at our brushes or our kits, you can scan the QR code there, or you can search KCK in the App Store, or you can always email us and we can send you a desktop link. I know I like to do things from my desktop, even though I have an iPad and a laptop. I'm a desktop person. So if you need a link for that. Also, if you want to know a link for some of the favorite things that we use, you can go to kckhq.com, scroll to the bottom, and it says my favorite things, and you can click on that. Okay, so I'm going to go to my easel. I'm going to turn on an overhead light here. I'm going to go to my easel and I'm going to show you some brushes. Okay, and then we're going to work on them together. I'm excited. I'm a little wound up today, so sorry. Sorry for you too, Linda. Listen, you know what I'm like when I'm done? My husband just got them done. When I'm done, what I get, he went on the hibachi grill and made like these big, huge ribeye steaks. I'm pretty excited. Oh. Yeah, I know. I can't wait. He's like, you're not going to eat it before you start? I'm like, no, I said I'd jump on before 9. It was last week. I think it was after 9. I just turned this off by accident. Okay, so guys. So these are rake brushes. These are probably the least beat up that I have because I probably use a rake brush every other day. Do you see how they look like they're like chewed? That's what we always say. We grab the brush that looks chewed when we're teaching. This is our small one that we have in our line, and then this is the largest one we use. And the large one's actually going to get put into our 10-pack. Hold on, let me show you. Let me grab it. Do I have it here?
That's awesome. I probably ought to mute my phone when I'm not talking to you because I'm over here typing. You probably can hear the clickety clack.
Oh, I didn't even hear it. I'm so used to noise all the time, so I didn't even hear it like in the studio. But you have the smaller rake brush if you have this 10-pack of brushes, and then we have the 2-pack here. But this one has the rake brush, or you can just get a single one. I think they're like $5. But when I get a rake brush, even like with our own line, and we have them made. Let me see if I have one that's not cut down real. Like quite a bit. Okay, here's one. Okay, so this one I haven't cut yet. I've used it, but I haven't cut it. This is how I generally like them to look. All right, so I'm going to show you. If you have a flat brush or a filbert that you don't mind making a rake brush with, what you can do is you can get your scissors, and this is like, you don't have to do this to your rake brush, but you can do this to any like flat brush, angle brush, or filbert brush, but I do this even with the rake brushes. You just hold this at an angle. Can you see that? And I'm just clipping up into it, so there's a little bit more space in between. That was kind of too long right there, but it'll still be fine. But I like it more jagged like that. It does its job better like that, to me, in my eyes. But you try it without cutting it and see if you like it, okay? So one thing to demonstrate how to, hey Pat, how are you? Made it. Hey Vicky, how are you? Hey Susan Braden, how are you? It's nice to see you, my beautiful friend. Okay, so a good way to demonstrate the hair, we'll go hair, and then I'm going to show you like the owl feathers maybe, is to like just make like a little bit of a gnome beard. So not everyone loves gnomes, but this is a good way to demonstrate hair just with white paint, okay? So say that's his nose, all right? And say he has a hat here, all right? Say you have a little gnome going on here, all right? We have, oh my gosh, Linda, what do we have? I think like 50 some gnomes. It's like crazy town.
Is that all?
I don't know. I've lost count, for real. Oh my gosh. So that's a weird looking hat, but it'll be fine. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna get our rake brush, all right? I'm just gonna use white. I'm gonna show you how you can build up, you know, a silver beard with a rake brush. So anytime you're using a rake brush, unless you're stippling, like tapping something in with thick paint, you want to water it down, all right? Now Linda's gonna interrupt me with any questions you have. And by the way, make sure you say hello, because we enter everyone that's on into a prize wheel to win Casey Cash that you can use on the app every single time I'm live, whether it be in our membership group or on our public page. So make sure that you say, just even if you don't want to say anything, just say hi and we'll enter you, okay? So when you're making hair for feathers, you have to build it up. You're not going to get your brightness that you want right away. So you're going to have to build it up. So when you're creating something with hair for feathers, you need to think of like where the shadows are. So directly underneath a nose, you would have a little bit of a shadow. So my touch is going to be really light when I'm on, you know, underneath there, not bright. Now, sometimes I lay it and I use the wide part of the brush. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Okay. So you can see a little bit better. Sometimes I use the wide part of the brush, you know, and then sometimes I'll use the skinny part right now. And then I'm going to the thin part as I go up here. It would also be shadowed underneath the hat. A lot of times we make mustaches too, but you need to always, I was going to put a mustache in, but I guess we'll just stick with the beard. So you always need to lift off at the end of your stroke also, and then you're building it up. So you're starting with just a little bit of color and then you're building it up. Okay, so
Yosemite Sam mustache starting there.
yeah. It's a, you know, he does kind of look like some of our mustache gnomes, you know that. I didn't even think about that. He does. So guys too, like when you use a black canvas or you put in dark gray first underneath here, make sure you don't lose all of your darkness, because that's what's so wonderful about working on a dark surface first, is that you're building in, you already have your built-in low lights. So a couple of things. When you lay down your brush, all right, when you lay down your brush, what you're going to do is you're going to lay it down soft and light, but then you can press harder and then pull off, all right? Start and stop at different places, because if you started and stopped at the same spot every time, you're going to create stripes, you're going to create stripes, and then you're going to create blocks. Like if I started and stopped here all the time and then started back down here, I would have a block in there, like a big rectangle, okay? Very light strokes lifting off. And then what we'll do, you get the whole thing in, and then you'll start building it up. So and this goes it's the same with if you're painting a bird or you're painting this owl over here. You're going to make things brighter that you want to look like they're coming out towards you, and then you're going to leave things darker or put more dark back in. Sometimes you have to do a dance and do that if you want them to look like they're further away from you. Okay.
Michelle wants to know, what size rake brush do you recommend? I was going to answer that for you, but I'll let you do it.
You know me so well. So the 3/8, which is close to a 1/2 inch, is my favorite. Only do I use the smaller one when I'm making, and some people like to use, smaller brushes. I always like to use the biggest brush for the job, and I feel like this suits almost everything that we do. And so, but I'll use that smaller rake, like if I'm making fur or feathers on like a little bird or fur on something really small. I'll use that, or maybe I want to put a center in a really small sunflower or something like that. But I do prefer the bigger one.
Casey's adage is always use the bigger brush so you limit the amount of strokes you make.
Yep. The biggest brush for the job are the least strokes to do, to do the job. And that's what I like. So light touch. Make sure this is the other thing I want to talk about. So to try to control the amount of water that you have, that you have going on in your paint on your canvas, what I do is I only submerge the bristles. I don't put the ferrule, which is the nickel, part here. I don't put that in the water unless I'm washing my brush, because it holds water, and the older the brush gets, the more water it'll hold. Also, every time, and I know you can't see this, I have to be straight up and out when I'm painting because of my spinal cord injury, but I'm grabbing water with the tip of my brush, putting it in the side pile every time I'm going to paint, okay? Every time I'm getting more paint, I'm doing that, all right?
Carol's asking, do you sell stickers?
Stickers, we do not. I'm sorry, but thank you for asking. We have lots of stickers on our packages. If you've ordered our kits before, we're a little sticker crazy. Like, have you seen it? Linda, have you seen all the stickers lately?
I haven't ordered any lately.
So, you've only ordered like 100 last year.
I only had 100 canvases sketched waiting on me, so I'm kind of holding on.
So, I did order lots of stickers this year for packing and shipping for our kits. Like, I love all the thank you stickers, and we have ones with our customer service email, and we have what else? We have ones for the wood frames, and I'm trying to think. I have stickers that I handle with care stickers. I have our logo stickers. I went sticker crazy. Cutesies up all the packages, huh?
Thank you, stickers.
Yeah, they're cute though. You know why I did that? You know what I thought about is Zem brushes. Zem is actually the manufacturer of our brush line. They made our brush line. We probably drove them crazy because I had to have a certain bristle, because our bristles for our brushes are a little bit stiffer, still soft, but hold up to dry brushing. And so I was very particular. I tried every bristle under the sun. And
okay, questions coming in.
Yeah.
Linda Clark wants to know, says, seems like the paint on your brush is going forever. Is that a special paint? And Tara wants to know, do you only use heavy body paints?
So I do use medium to heavy body paints, but there's tons and tons of members that use craft paints, that have craft paints. The only paint, we want people to be able to paint with us without buying anything. So if you have craft paints, it's totally fine. The only paint that we suggest that you use that's a heavier body is the white, because a lot of times we do things where we need a thick white. Otherwise, you're totally fine with any other paints. Now, Liquitex doesn't hold up as much to dry brushing, but with everything else, it's fine. It kind of moves a little bit more than the other paints. I use something called Lucas white paint, and it's thick. In the studio, we have Lucas and we have Creative Inspirations as well. We get them both from Jerry's Artorama. Now, this is the Lucas paint. The only reason why it's going on further is because it's watered down. Do you see I have more water than I have paint? That's why. So what I'm doing now, those are great questions. What I'm doing now is I'm braining it where I want it to look like it's coming out towards you. But do you see too, like how I'm leaving some of the darkness? I'm leaving some darkness up by the nose. And then if I want this to look like it's like wavy, I would go in and start, adding another highlight down through here. Every single stroke is lifting off. It's very light. Don't press hard. But you can just build this up to look very three-dimensional, all with one color, all with just white. I'll show you some other colors as well. But
Lynn said something about a pirate now. Is that on our list of?
You know what? That's not on my list, Lynn. We don't have a pirate gnome. Wow, you came up with one we don't have. So we're going to have to add that to the list, Linda.
Yeah.
The gnomes we're crazy gnome people. We have a whole wall of gnomes at the studio. Huh, Linda?
Really cute for Halloween.
That would be cute for Halloween. So I always talk about how I turn things to make me more comfortable. So the camera's on this side. It's hard for me to reach over and make this stroke. So I'd much prefer to, just turn my canvas. So I always talk to people about painting how you're most comfortable as well. Like if you're more comfortable holding your canvas, painting flat. A lot of people, think that if they have back issues or any other issues with their body that maybe they can't paint, they would get into too much pain. So I want you to just try it a couple of different ways and see what doesn't bother you. Also, if you feel like you can't paint because you're shaky, I'm telling you, with my spinal cord injury is from my chest to my belly button, and if I use my arms too much, I have quite the tremor. If you lay your hand, we work with Parkinson's patients, people that have extensive essential tremors. If you anchor your hand, you press it down on a dry part of the canvas, you hold your brush down by the metal, I promise you can paint. I promise you, it'll take some getting used to make sure that you're planting your hand. But even some of our most steady instructors at the studio, they still do it. They'll still plant their hand. Go ahead, Linda. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's all right. Michelle Landry wants to know, are you going to be doing any Valentine's painting with the public? And I was trying to see if we had a workshop for Valentine's or not.
So we were going to, I just talked to Rebecca and I have dates to do a workshop next month, but I wasn't sure if I was going to do Valentine's or not. I was going back and forth with a few different things and I haven't finally decided, but I do have a date for a workshop. I locked Rebecca in for a date not too long ago, okay? I don't have my perspective until I turn things back up, and so I turn it up this way, but we'll definitely post it once we have it. Thank you so much for asking.
Darlene Hurd said, how about a Mardi Gras gnome?
Oh, you know what? I did put that on my list. Someone in the membership said that recently, I think. And so I did put that on my list. I think that's a great idea.
You got several gnome lovers in the group.
I love that. Yeah, and to come up with one we haven't done yet, two that we haven't done yet, that's fabulous. Yeah, we did another, I think it was like our third or fourth Valentine's Day gnome. We're actually painting that together with the membership this Tuesday. Every Tuesday we paint a full tutorial live together. We haven't done a gnome together in a while. There's a lot of things I pre-record and just drop in, but every single Tuesday we paint something live together, but we hadn't chosen a gnome for a while. And so we're doing our new Valentine's Day gnome then. It's going to be fun. But
Casey,
yeah.
If you tell them how that by lifting off is how you make it wispy on the end.
Yeah, so I'm going to show you how if I pressed hard how it would look and how you lift off how it looks. Right here, by the way, I'm going to pull away from this, but I would brighten this just a little bit more going down into, you know how I'm trying to make it look a little bit wavy. I know there's like a dip right there, but you know, I'm kind of nuts about finishing stuff. All right, Linda. I'm like, I have to try very hard to refrain from painting a whole painting when I come on and do a technique. So, oh, I'm sorry. Did I interrupt you?
Well, Brenda says she doesn't have sound, so she wants to know what size of a rake brush. What was it? What was the size?
So this was a 3/8. 3/8. If you go to our app, if you scan that QR code in the top right-hand corner or search KCK in the App Store, I can also put the link in here. Hold on one second. I'll grab it. And if you go to brushes on the top, then it'll be there. I'm going to put the desktop link in your, in the comments. I'm going to do that really quick. And then that way, because, you know, some people don't use apps on their phone. I know that I'm kind of like that sometimes.
G said, he felt, just want to say thank you so much for the Santa and Mrs. Claus kits I ordered for Christmas gifts for my granddaughters here in Michigan. Those kits were just amazing, and I can't wait to see how the girls do on them.
Oh, I love that. I love that. I can't wait to see too. Thank you so much for ordering them. I appreciate it, and I'm so glad you love them. I can't wait to see them. So, guys, go ahead, Linda.
Julie Moody wants to know, is there a cheerleader girl gnome to go with a football player that may be cute for couples to paint?
Listen, there is not. You guys are awesome. Listen, I'm getting my notepad, okay? Yeah, I have these. Does anybody use these long sticky notes? I love it. And then I'll put it on my board. I have an inspiration board. Cheerleader, Mardi Gras. I already have that. And then the other one was...
Pirate gnome.
Pirates.
Putting it in the text too. I'll send it at the end of the show.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you so much. I need notes. Okay, guys. So I have this watered down. So I'm going to show you difference between a harsh stroke and a soft stroke. All right. So if I press hard, I'm going to go like that. I'm going to pull off. That's what the end of it's going to look like. Okay. But if I very lightly put my brush down and I pull off, you're going to get this. Look at the difference. So one thing is with new painters is new painters want to, I'm going to go this way. New painters want to press hard. Sorry, this new arm on here is giant on my easel. New painters want to press hard. It's a natural thing, and you want to use a lot of paint. Make sure you water down the paint, and you really think in your mind, like light touch, lift off, lift off, lift off. Lifting off is so important on every single stroke, but especially when you use your rake brush. That like we have banners, we have shirts. It's that important, okay? So I just wanted to stress that. It makes the biggest difference. Look at the difference between this mark and this mark, okay? So I'm going to go over here. And I just want to show you a couple of things, okay? Let me zoom out for a moment, all right? Here's our teacher owl. I don't think she fits the whole way into the... Can't see the whole thing. Now I can hear you typing. I can hear you. No, you're totally fine. So this, I'm not going to recreate the whole owl, but I'm going to show you how you can build up these colors, okay? Can't see the little banner on the top. It cuts things off. But when I put this on here, X plus O equals heart, I was like, is that too silly? Then I was like, oh, it's fine. I don't know. Yeah, I was trying to come up with a love equation. So anyway, what I did here is I used alizarin crimson, which is like it's a pretty bright dark red is how to explain that. Use a little bit of dark brown. That's my like undertone. That's my dark color. Okay. And then I'm using some magenta and white to highlight this. But see how here I left very little marks, like very little paint coming through here because I want to make that look like it's further away. Okay. This is like kind of like her armpit. It's a little darker. You gotta think of what's brighter. This is up, you know, facing the light a little bit more. So this would be a little bit brighter. See around the beak how we leave a little bit of darkness around there. A little bit of darkness around the eyes too, okay? But I'm just going to show you how to build up the color a little bit. But for those of you in the membership, I just posted this morning, so a lot of people will start painting this. This is a good review on working with your rake brush. I'll just do some of the, you know, hair maybe up at the top, like some of these colors I threw on my plate. Also, I put a little Naples yellow on here in case you wanted to make like a blonde color. A lot of times I'm not going to do exactly like this. A lot of times I'll add gold to a hair color as well, and then I'll dull it down with some white, and it creates a lot of depth also. So I'll show you that, okay? Do you have any questions?
Your link is not working.
What's not working?
Your link, Darlene said she clicked on the link. It says the page does not exist. So I clicked on the link and I got the same error message.
Oh, I gotta delete it because I must have cut something off when I copy and paste it. I'm so sorry. If I can find it, I'll delete it. I don't know what's coming up. So when I'm putting in our, when I'm putting this in, oh, there we go. It's pulling something at the end of the link, and I don't know why. It's pulling, it's the oddest thing. Hold on. It's pulling someone's name, which is weird. Let's see. Nope, it did it again. Let's see. Hold on.
That's okay. I'm trying to figure out what Melina is talking about. Instead of a hat, a big bow.
Instead of a hat on which?
I don't know.
Here, this will be the brushes. Maybe it won't do it there. It keeps pulling someone's name when at the end of it, it says all. So it's pulling someone's name that has all in it. And that's why it's messing up the link. Okay. So I'm not logged into it. Let's see. Did that go up, Linda? Did you see it?
Yeah.
I'm going to delete the other one. Tell me if that one works.
That one worked.
Okay, good. Okay, sorry about staring at a blank canvas.
Okay. Melina, I think it's Melina. Instead of a hat, a big bow on what?
Oh, she's probably maybe talking about the Valentine's Highlander. There's a big bow on that. Oh, no. She's saying instead of a hat. I'm not sure.
Oh, Dono asks, in slow motion and close up,
yes,
would you show lift off?
Yes, sure. I can show you with this brush, and then I can also show you with a flat brush since we use a flat brush all the time, all right? So I'm going to show you. So say we had, you know, some flowing hair right here. This is lifting off, lifting off, lifting off, feathered mark, feathered mark. Okay, lifting off. You have to have the water in there too when you're doing this with your rake brush, okay? I just watered down a little burnt sienna and a little Van Dyke brown, so dark brown and a reddish brown. And just lift off, lift off, lift off. Very soft mark, okay? Very soft mark. And then you can use the skinny part, you know, on the end if you want like a thinner mark. And then we would layer it up from here, okay? I have to tell you, we use the rake brush in a lot of paintings, huh, Linda?
Yeah. Hey, Casey.
Yeah.
Is there any, and you might not be able to, any way that you can change the angle of your camera so it's looking to the side? Because looking straight on like we're doing, you really can't see that you're lifting it off the canvas. I know you are because I painted for a couple of years with you.
So it won't fold up to go like on the side the way the arm comes out from the canvas. Let me see if let me face that table that has all the paints out because I've been a mad scientist lately.
And that's okay, we know.
Okay.
I
Yeah, I don't think
Oh.
you're gonna get a side view. I don't think this is even. I'm not sure. Let me see if I can. I don't even know if I can hold it steady with one hand and then pull off with the other. Yeah, I'm moving the canvas as much as I'm moving my hand. Hold on one second. Yeah, I don't think we can get up under there, unfortunately. You know. And by the
Okay,
way,
Sarah, do you mean like for a bow like on a girl? No. Because she does have girl gnomes with braids that's got bows.
I do. And then there's a bow on the new Highlander too. If you need, I gotta move this back. If you need, I wipe that off with water. By the way, any like acrylic painting is so forgiving. You can wipe anything off, even if it's gotten like a little tacky dry. You can wipe it off, scrub it off with your paint rag. We use these paint rags that you get. I get them on Amazon. Mine need washed right now. We throw them in the washer over and over again. We use them at the studio. We put them in our kits. Also because you can wash them over and over and over again. So guys, if you're ever gonna add gold to like anything you're working on, like this with hair, be careful. Gold can take over everything. And so what you'd want to do is really water it down, all right, and then just lightly highlight it. Do you see how I'm lifting my hand up at the end? That's the lift off. Lifting my hand up, lifting off. Can you see that a little bit better? What's so funny, my friend?
Yeah. You're commenting about the gold.
Oh yeah, so
she always does this.
I give a big talk.
Talk about it.
I do. Because we all love gold, and so, but then you would like say we have this beautiful head of hair in, okay? And we have the whole basin, say it's bigger picture, you know, we spent time getting that in. Then we go and we press hard, we don't water it down. You'll cover everything you already did, you know? So I put that in very lightly. I wash my brush and then I highlight on top of the gold as well. But really, this has to do with watering it down. So you want to take it to the side pile. Most of the time, this side pile has two, you know, I put my tip of my brush in the water cup 2 times. See how it's more water than paint? Are you able to see that? Every stroke is lifting off, lifting off, lifting off, all right? And then what you would do is you would highlight, you know, just a tiny bit here and there.
Michelle would like to know if you could do a video sometime about how to do paint eyes. That's something she would like to do.
Oh my gosh, Michelle, you know what's so crazy? I almost did that tonight. How to paint eyes. I swear to you. Like animal eyes, people eyes. Like I was like, maybe we should start with the animal eyes and go from there because they're easier, just a couple of steps. And so I'll make that my next live. I will, because we have a gazillion animals in the membership. Like so many and the reason why I know there's so many, not just that I painted them, but is because we make books for the link sheets for the kits at the studio, and we have 2 full books of animals. And that doesn't account for holiday animals because they're in their own box. But I'm like, we have so many animals, so I can definitely like do a tutorial on how to do those eyes first. And then I used to draw and paint people. So I could definitely do that for you as well. So, you know, say we're doing a little bit of like sandy blonde hair, but say you lost all your darkness, just wash your rake brush, go back in and add some of your, a lot of times you'll have to put a little bit of black in with your, say, dark brown. I didn't get any black. Let me grab that.
People saying eyes and noses.
Eyes and noses. Listen, noses are a struggle for people, for sure.
So circles.
Yep, it is all circles. So I used to do classes in the summer where week 1 would be the eyes, week 2 would be the nose, week 3 would be the mouth, and week 4 we put it all together. And so it was strictly sketching. I did not know that we needed an extra session to just draw circles. People struggle with circles. They do.
I do too.
And over the years, I was going to say, I found that that's a very common thing.
Teresa Connor wants to know if you have any tips on washing the red rags. Warm, hot, or cold? She's had some fade on other rags. I know what I do with mine.
So you can go ahead with yours. I'm taking a drink of water. I have a little something in my throat.
I wash mine in cold, so that way they don't fade. Unless you're going to do, unless I'm doing a complete load that's just rags, and sometimes I'll do that, and then I will wash them in warm water.
Mm-hmm. So same at the studio. I actually have mine on a 2 rinse just because it's cold and we get a lot of stuff on our rags, and so we have an option of rinsing it twice. We only wash the red rags together, and then we have blue rags for our pottery side that don't have stains and paint on them, and then we wash those blue rags together. But we only wash the red things together. We have other towels that are red also, and then they're on cold. So that's a great question. Then they stay in much better shape as well. I also wouldn't dry them, like over dry them, because they'll get crispy after so many loads, like hard and crispy, and you'll toss them earlier. So like just dry them till they're dry instead of like leaving them in or fluffing them up, because they'll get a little, especially with all this paint on them, you know. So I'm gonna go back here really quick. That's a great question. Do you guys notice every time you order kits, I throw extra towels in there? You know, if you don't have a paint rag, it comes with your kit, or your brushes. I just think everybody should try a paint towel. I don't think I could paint without one. I've been like that since day one. I don't know why. But if you need to add some darkness back in, you can just use the skinny part of the brush, and then you'll go... I don't know, like I have to wipe my brush on my paint towel very often. So, like excess paint. I also don't like to wash my brush if I don't have to. So I'll wipe paint colors, like try to get them completely off on there if I'm dry brushing, things like that. So sometimes you see how when you go back and you add the shadows in, that's when you're gonna make it more 3-dimensional. You definitely don't ever want to have something all one shade. If you have something all one shade, it's going to look flat. So you need to have like highlights where the light might be hitting, low lights where it's shadowed. And so like if the light was coming from up above, it'd be a little bit brighter throughout here, but it wouldn't be completely dark down here. You'd catch a little bit of light down through the bottom. But a lot of times with things like this, you have to go back. It's a little bit of a dance, and you have to go back and add some of your shadows, okay?
Michelle wants to know, can you use the rake brush to paint eyelash and brows?
You could. I haven't, but you could. I think the reason why I haven't is because I make mine pretty jagged, and I feel like I have a little bit easier time with using just my script liner with that. But I definitely think it's doable. Definitely doable. It's a good question.
Tracy says that she sees the lion in the background. Is that something we will be doing in the membership?
Oh, yeah.
She loves to paint.
So,
animals.
yeah, I'll show you this. So, in the membership, we have this, it's acrylics, but we made it like watercolor. We have this elephant that I created, gosh, I think it was like 7 years ago. And then I created this lion to go with it, or vice versa. No, the lion came first, and then the elephant was second. But they were from a long time ago, so they were never filmed. We have tons of paintings that weren't filmed from a long time ago. And I was going through the studio the one day, I was like, I bet you since they have the elephant, and we painted that together, they would like the lion. So that is why it's here, because I'm going to film it this week. Let me grab that for you. Oh, let me get that. I also have the safari ones there. And so here it is. So I'm going to film this for the membership this week. It's so much fun. What made me think about it is we had a private party book this and paint it last week. And then I was like, we haven't done this for a long time in the studio. So I scheduled a studio class for it also. And in the meantime, I thought I'd paint it for the membership. And so they're going to get this week. This is the stencil on here. So this is also another one where you water down your acrylics just like their watercolor. We use a spray bottle at the end down here. Do you see this look? It's very cool. To let it run. I really like that. You know this is old when you see like my name on here instead of Casey, because I went through a phase where I just wrote my whole name out, you know. But yeah, that's coming up. I'm gonna film this week. I have lots of other things I want to paint. I'm a crazy painter person right now. So I'm enjoying every minute of it. Let me see. Yours is snoring beside you. Mine's snoring too, Cindy. Yeah, they're both sleeping down there. I have Buddy and Bailey are both down there. They're my old little babies, you know. I love them so much. The Shih Tzus think they're human, you know. They're always with us, and they're like every minute. And they know when I'm finishing something. They generally get up. No,
Diane wants to know, did she miss the snowman head on mason jar tutorial?
No, that's actually right over here. I haven't put that in yet. I haven't gone there yet because there's other ones I keep putting other things in front of it. I'm sorry about that. Tanya, we do have a beach gnome with sand and a bucket. So check the vault for that. We do have one. Let me see here. Oh, thanks, Nancy. What was that?
I'm still scrolling.
Did the page work for the brushes?
Yes, I see somebody else has asked for it.
Okay.
Julia has asked about where she can buy the rake brushes. Okay. I don't know if she was in here when we put the link in or not.
I can put it in again.
Okay.
I'll put it in right now. There we go.
And then Nancy wants to know if you have a white canvas, would you start with the brown?
Yeah, so if you have a white canvas, you want to start with your darkest color. Yeah, and sometimes you have to put a little bit of black into the brown too, so that's a great question. I just did that so I didn't have to paint a background in, so I'm sorry.
Okay, now Lucy wants to know, do we find all the Technique Tuesdays and these lessons on KCK HQ, or is it in the membership to go rewatch all your techniques?
Yep, so everything's in the membership. So in the library, you have your first link in the library. So you click on the red button. I'll put a link in here too, so you guys can see how we navigate in our libraries. I did a video probably 3 months ago, maybe, Linda, 3 or 4 months. My time frame's always off.
Yeah.
Something like that. So we did a Q&A and I went through the whole vault, okay? But so you click on your library, you have your vault, which is all the full tutorials that have the tutorial, the stencil, the supplies list. So many have notes, not every single one of them, but they have written out notes as well, step by step. And then the Facebook covers. We have about 50% business people in our group that use our designs to teach in-person parties, or they use them for what they're creating for craft or vendor fairs, things like that as well. So we have like a Facebook cover on there that they can use too for their business. We also have a whole section on business coaching and our success path on how to start and grow your business. So that's in there. We have technique tutorials. So that library is massive. So you can search by keyword. Okay. So if you want to learn how to paint mountains, put in mountains, trees, put in trees, rake brush, put in rake brush. We'll show you, it shows you how to cut it, how to mix your colors. We have several videos on that. That we have 3 or 4 videos on. I don't want to say several. I'm trying to think. So after that, we have our master supplies list in there. And then so you have a link to everything, but within every tutorial, you have a link to that too. If you don't have a supply that you do want, it gives you a link to that. Okay. And then you have a lookbook, which is ginormous, and it has the name of every painting underneath it, every picture of each painting, except for this month's, and we'll update that soon. And then it has the name underneath it. So if you don't know the name, you don't know what keyword to put in, you can find it there. We always tell our members though, don't spend a lot of time looking around. You can always email us. Or post in the group what you're looking for. Our members are fantastic. They answer everything. Linda, that's fantastic.
That's just, unless you want to fall down a rabbit hole, then just go through the lookbook.
Yeah, there's I can tell you, so where we house our videos, I can tell you that there's 1,800. So there's a lot. So that's why, like, if you're on another membership that was in Kajabi or something like that, we outgrew that before the first year because we do film a lot. And so most of the time you'll find something, find a little of something on every subject. But if there's something you like to see too, I add it to my inspiration board. And so I'll look at my inspiration board, see what I'm inspired to paint that day if I don't have something in my own mind, and we'll go from there. So I've painted a ton of stuff the membership has requested, a ton. So feel free to always let us know, but email us too. Oh, and the other thing is, for those of you who don't know, I don't think I have a banner up here for this. I don't think so. I do. I think I do have one. I'm like, sorry to get so close. I have to. It's all in small print.
Lois wants to know if you're going to film the blue bouquet for the membership.
We are, yeah. We are. I am this month. It's on my list too. It's in my schedule. So I kind of schedule everything out, but every once in a while, I kind of go rogue for my schedule. Like I just felt like painting this today. The hummingbird. So.
Sarah's asking about getting a sketch of the elephant and paper. I would love to paint the elephant. That's part of our vault.
Yeah,
right?
that's part of the membership. So guys, if you're interested in joining the membership, we have a coupon code, and we're done with the coupon code this month. We have a membership drive where we actually tell you a little bit about it. I decided a few months back that we wanted to lower our rates, but still be able to do everything that we do with our staff and how our platforms are, how we house everything, and lower the rates for our members. And so with every person that signed on, it went towards lowering the rates of the entire membership. So we went from being at $49 for 3 years to very quickly in the last few months, dropping down to $24.99 a month. And our ultimate goal is to be at $20 a month. So it's no more than $5 a week for people to get every single thing that we have and to paint with us live in our group every Tuesday, on top of getting the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of tutorials in the vault. And so we're really close to the $20, but if you want to try the membership for 30 days, you want to use this code. I'm going to write it down and hold it up because I didn't make a thing. I just jumped on, so I'm going to write it down. But use this code. I can't write either. Is anybody else like a marker person?
Hey, Robin asked if you could show the hummingbird up close again.
Sure. Yeah, 1 second. So I'll hold this up. Okay, so if you go to kckhq.com, put this coupon code in when you check out, kckhq10, and you could try it for $10 for the first 30 days. By the end of that 30 days, we'll more than likely be at $20 a month, and that would be your renewal, and you can cancel anytime. Isn't that a lovely banner? Sorry, I'll show the, whoops, I didn't mean to hit that. Sorry about that. I'll put this underneath here. Maybe you can see it a little bit better underneath here. I think I gotta zoom out for you to see the whole thing. I'm crooked. Can you see that well? And then I'll put the light on. Be better if you had light on there. So I'm filming this week also. I have to tell you, I loved painting it, and it was so simplistic. Like this took about an hour, and that was with painting the base and the outside and then painting this. And so it did not take very long at all. I thought the little hummingbird was cute, but very simplistic, not a ton of strokes in there. So it was really fun. I tried to keep the flowers very simple. When I'm painting flowers, what I do is I Google wildflowers or whatever type of flowers I'm looking for. But a lot of times I'm just looking for something where I can get the color and the shape right and not put in every detail of it. So that's what I do with those flowers also. And I also Googled like hummingbird on flower. And then, I looked at flowers that way too. I changed it up a little, but but it's good. I always talk about like getting your own sense of how something looks, getting your own sense of how the light hits it, getting your own sense of the shape of it and the color of it. It's one thing to be inspired by someone's painting, but it's very helpful to you to go and research and take a look at it. And you may go, there's a lot of times like I'll look at something, I'll be like, oh, I like that color, and then I like this shape, and then I like this, and you just kind of spiral from there if you don't already have something set in your mind. Hopefully that helps.
Deborah wants to know, could you use the tray for painting with the children with the moon from the other night?
So what was the last thing? Can you use the tray to paint with children?
Your silhouette.
Oh my goodness, I love that. Did you see all the silhouettes between the membership and then we had that in our studio class on, was it yesterday or the day before? They're beautiful. The personalized silhouettes. If you haven't seen them, you can go to KCK Creations if you're not in the membership, because those were the ones from the studio class. They came out so good. Yes, you could use this tray to paint that scene for sure. Yeah, you can definitely do that. That's a great question.
Brenda says her green and her leaves always look fake.
The green and the leaves look fake. So the green in these, a lot of times I like to gray it down is kind of what I do. So depending on if I'm using Viridian, which is teal, putting a little black in it is my base. And then you could touch a little mint green or a little white as your highlight before you make the leaf shape. And so also if you're using a sap green, I do gray that down too. I put a little black in it. And I think that helps keeping it from looking fake. I think so. Try that. That might help you a little bit more. Oh, there's Leslie. She said she was watching football. Her phone was off. It's okay, Leslie. I was like, what do I do with my glasses? They're not on my head, right? They're not on my, Do you remember the one day I was looking for them? They were in my hand.
Yes, I remember you looking for them. They were on top of your head.
Oh, they are on the floor. I did drop them. Yeah, I'm always looking for my glasses. But yeah, I think. Oh, go ahead.
Shirley's thinking about painting the silhouette on the back of an old flat skillet.
Oh, so I think that would be fabulous. I love paintings like that, and then you can hang it. I think it'd be beautiful. That's a great idea. I love that. And it's so unique. I think that would be beautiful. Tommy Lou said, I bought a set of 7 brushes, but they are 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12, not the size that you have, and they don't look the same. They are isomers. Did I get the wrong thing? Everybody's rake brush is a little bit different, so I'm not familiar with that kind, Tommy Lou. I'm sorry, but I would, you could probably shape them and still use them. Like just trim them at an angle on the end, and you could probably still use them. Okay, as long, and you know what? I've even trimmed up like hog's bristle brushes, which are like a more rigid, stiff bristle, and they still work nice for rake brushes. I think I have some tutorials in that in our technique tutorials. If you just want to search rake, and you'll see that in there. So if those are even stiff, they'll still work.
Oh, Debbie's going to resin her tray.
Oh, so I love that. So I'm going to poly this tray. So I'm going to just, seal it with poly because I think this one will look a little bit more matte. But you know what? I didn't get to go pick this up today. Debbie left at the studio. She resined, because I stayed in my home office all day today. She resined my Lazy Susan with the snowman on it that says Let It Snow. I'm going to put that in the membership too. And I can't wait to see it. She said it looks really cute. So I was very excited. I was going to resin it. I haven't resined anything. She does it all. And then she was like, no, I'll get it. So I can't wait to see it. I was going to have my husband pick it up on the way home, but he had to stop somewhere else.
Tara wants to know, will you do a porch leaner? Shirley wants to know teaching about how to paint bubbles.
Oh, bubbles. So Shirley, we have tutorials with bubbles in them. Like if you would go to, what's the one turtle? What did we name that? It's a turtle underwater.
I don't remember. I just remember the bubbles from the pig in the bathtub.
Oh yeah, so there's bubbles with the pig. So if you just do a search for turtles in the vault for the full tutorials that's in there, the pig has them also. There's lots of things.
Seahorse.
What was that?
The
seahorse has bubbles also. Yeah, you have such a good memory. Yeah. Lucy Lou, how are you? Yeah, you can watch all the techniques. Tina, hello. You're cutting your Valentine stencils for the owl, and no, Mom, cooking meatballs and sauce. We got snow finally. Listen, that's really multitasking, Tina. Oh my gosh, my cutting skills, they're not too great. Mine are always crooked.
So anyhow, Tara wants to know about doing a porch leaner. We have one, don't we?
So I've done a ton in the studio, but I haven't filmed all of those. We do have one. I think it was with Lindsay when we did the sunflower.
Isn't there also one with evergreen trees?
Yeah, we had an issue with a link on that a couple of years ago, so I don't think that one's in there anymore. Do you want to see a porch leaner for spring or for summer? I gladly do a porch leaner. We have the wood and everything because we do them in the studio. Maybe I'll just come up with a new one. There is something for winter, but I think it's a little late to be making it for winter with little snowmen on the letters that I had in my mind based on a gift that Miss Diane Davies, she's in here as well. She brought me this screen that has the word snowman painted on it. And there's all these little snowmen like on the letters. And it's so adorable. And I thought we could do our own version of that with a welcome sign. Would be so stinking cute. But I love the rustic colors. Like it had a green, like curved edge. And then the letters were like taupes and browns and with blues and greens with the snowmen. They were very cute. But not making it just like that, but making our own like with snowmen on letters. I thought that would be adorable. But by the time we get that filmed, winter would probably be almost over. So we would have to work on a spring one. Okay. I would put that on my list though. Because I have a board. Yeah, I have a board right next to me. So not a problem at all. Porch leaner. We can definitely do that. We've done them a couple of ways. We've done them with Cricut stencils. We've done them with the plastic stencils with, tapping the paint in. So we'll work on those with you and show you a couple different ways to do it for sure. Tina, you're so nice.
I think we need to stay away from Tina's house for a while.
Why?
You see, because she says they're on their third round of the flu light.
Oh my gosh,
Two
no
rounds
way.
Of flu B, now flu A's hit the house.
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad that I have young children in the house. As much as I love to work with them, I don't like to catch all that stuff. When I'm at the studio, I wash my hands 500 times. There is so much going around. You need to stay well, my friend. Oh my gosh. Yes, Lucy, there is a sale with Jerry's Artorama and those canvases too. They're like $10 off for a pack of 20 that Linda posted in the membership today. So that's a really good sale. So check that out. Thanks for mentioning that.
I get emails from Jerry's, I swear, every day.
Oh, listen, I know. They spam you to death. That makeup that I bought, what is it?
Laura Gallo.
Yeah, the Laura Gallo makeup. They email you every 20 minutes. I was like, I can't take it. Let me see.
Jean wants to see your silhouette painting. Do you have it?
No, it's not here because I have 3 of them, and because I painted one in the membership, I painted another one to show them another example, and I have the original. They're all at the studio, but I can show some paintings at the studio one day over there, and I can show all of those. They really came out beautifully. Everyone did such a great job, and they were so unique. Like people brought their families' pictures, their pet pictures. There were people where their children were doing gymnastics. Debbie Bedford, who's in our membership, she actually made it to the studio class. She lives about, I think, 45 minutes away from the studio, and she came in and she painted like a mama bear and a baby bear in the silhouette. Like they were just stunning. And so everybody's was so special, and other people were making them for people for anniversary gifts too, and to their parents or their children for gifts. They're beautiful pieces. Very, very beautiful. Very nice. And if you guys ever need anything, have any questions, I mean it, just email us. Like, we're here. We're very good at getting back to everybody. You're so nice, Robin. She said a membership with Casey is priceless. She and staff are awesome. Thanks, Robin. You're always so nice.
Yep.
Thank you.
You do have your elephant sunset silhouette behind you.
Oh yeah, so these are as old as all get out. You know, these.
That's one of the you do for like the school kids. Because when I was visiting, we went to off-site
Yeah.
and taught some of the boys and girls.
Yeah, so these have paint all over them. So in our first location, they were hung right behind the sink, and so they have splatter paint all over them. But we've done these with so many family days, students, birthday parties. These are old. So there's a series. Not series, but you can choose. So I teach the same background and sun and tree to everybody, but they can choose from a lion, they can choose from the giraffes, or they can choose from the elephant. So I actually thought about coming live with you guys on the public page and doing this too, because it comes together like that. Now, we've changed things over time. This was all done with a fan brush, where we use either the sea sponge now, which is much easier than the fan brush. But I like to show it every way, because it could be easier for someone else with the fan brush, or maybe they don't have a sea sponge. We also show this with the dome brush now too. So, but I was going to film this as well, because these are old, and we thought that our membership would like something when they need to do something a little bit more simplistic. I can show you old school what we used to do. We used to do this old school. It's too funny. We used to put these on acetate and cut them out. So we used to teach groups of 100 at a time. So we'd have so many cutouts, but then we'd have say we'd have 10 elephants that everybody have to share. We'd have 10 lions. There's a whole stack of these right here. Like, we have a huge envelope of them. But so they would trace around them and fill them in, and then we'd show them how to put on like the tails or the tusks and things, like little things that you don't want someone to trace around with a marker, And so that's how we used to do things old school with a silhouette. Now, I didn't know what carbon paper was. This is so crazy. Until a couple of years ago, I didn't know how to use it or anything. Now that's much easier.
That's what we took to the class that we taught off campus, or whatever you want to call it.
Which one? Yeah, you went with the ladies the one day. I can't remember.
Teens at Risk.
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember the group's name.
Anytime she comes in town from Minnesota, that she flies in, it'll be a week where there's 5 classes in a row, sometimes 2 in a day, and it's the same with Susan. That's in our group too. She flies in from Florida, and then we get to spend so much time with them. I love it so much. Plus, they come in for Members Weekend, which I'll be posting soon. We do have a save the date for our members already. If you need me to put that back up again, I will. Haley's been getting a lot of questions about that. I promise I'll post registration by March 1st. It is September 18th through the 21st, and then the mastermind for our business members will be on the, let me think, 19th, 20th, 21st is the members weekend. The 18th is the mastermind. Sorry about that. I had to think about that. But a lot of our members come in for 5 days, so you're more than welcome to do that too. I have the hotel contracted. I've done that since last year, so we have a lot of fun things planned. I do. I'm going to hear back from a comedian this week, so I think I'm going to bring in a comedian one day, and then we're also going to have a band again too, okay? Fun. Thanks so much, Donna. It's going to be a great time. Great time. Instead of having the mastermind at the end of the day after everything, that's why we're doing it separate before everything starts, the day before.
Linda asked about camels. I don't know if she talked about maybe a camel
Oh,
silhouette.
for the silhouette, that'd be perfect for that, for sure. And you know, I wish I did have the other silhouette painting with me right now because if you could see what you can do with silhouettes, like we have a handful of them, but you can make them so personalized and so beautiful. Check that out when you get a chance, or I'll post some on this page, or go to KCK Creations. You'll see a bunch from our class the other day. Is it too soon to book the hotel? Robin, I'm actually going to put the hotel up soon, and so no, it won't be at all. I'll definitely do that so you can get your room for sure. Okay.
Hey, Robin, Susan already has booked her room. She did it at the end of last year.
Oh, she did. She's so smart. That's awesome. We can. Robin's so funny. We can do that, Robin Storm. We can do the sunset background for sure. Yeah. You guys are great. If Ella plays Cups to the Cup song, I want to get a silhouette of that to me. Oh, that's awesome. Listen, I drew out a silhouette for Melissa Kai. She is a support person for Bobby that works for us and Erica that works for us. She has like 8 grandchildren, and her painting came out so beautiful. We lined up the 8 grandchildren. She had them sitting around her in a picture, but 2 were on her lap, so we had to move them off to the sides. But really beautiful paintings for sure. Well, if you guys need anything, thanks for always jumping on with me. And Linda, thank you as always for your time. I appreciate you so much.
Yeah.
And
Linda Clark's got a question for you. You want to answer it?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
She wants to know, so if I sign up for membership, what's the code? It's $10 the first month, then $20 a month after that?
Yes, it's at $24.99 right now, but within the month we'll be at the $20. We're like an inch away. We're so close. So yes, I'm excited. Here's the code again. Here, I'll put it on the website. I've never done that, just held this up. It's easier than making a banner, you know?
Yeah.
So funny. You're welcome, Shirley. If you guys need, Linda, we would love to have you join us. Love to have. So if you signed up today, you're good. Today's $119, so to $219. There's no doubt in my mind we'll be at the $20 a month. We're at $24.99 right now, but like I said, I think we're like 35 members away from hitting our all-time goal and staying there. So I love that so much. We have an awesome group for sure. Yay! Yeah, I'm so woohoo, almost there. Yeah, we're really close. We're really close, so close. It's hard to believe in such a short period of time that we were able to bring that down so much, and I'm so glad. Yay! And you're welcome, Linda. You're very welcome. Thanks, Debbie. Of course. Thank you guys so much for jumping on. And then next time I'll come on, we'll start with pet eyes, and then we can graduate to human eyes another day. So we'll do pet eyes next time I come on, okay? I'll send a text. So if you want to know when I'm going live, I'm hitting every button. Text the word live to 724-995-0149 from your phone. Just put that word live in there to that number, and then I'll send you a text about 30 minutes before I go live. You will not get any spam from me. I promise. I'm lucky if I get that sent out. So we'll just write you, and if you're a member, text the word member instead, okay? And then that way you'll get a text anytime I'm going live in the membership, all right? And for those of you that joined us today, and I had a bunch of people join us today, we can't wait to paint with you live in the membership on Tuesday. Get ready for your Valentine's Day gnome. And if you have any trouble navigating in the membership, let us know. When we're done, I'll put a video in here for you guys to take a look at the inside of our membership, okay? And I'm going to go eat a giant ribeye.
I'm jealous.
I love them so much. I'm so happy he did that. So happy. You know, every time he cooks me food, I'm like, I love you so much. He went almost 30 years, Linda, without cooking. He just started that this year. He won this hibachi grill down at work, and he's been cooking all the meat ever since. I love it. You're very welcome. Thanks so much, ladies. I appreciate you so much. Hi, Kathy. How are you? I didn't see you earlier. Is there a link for the special? Yeah, I'm going to put in KCKHQ, and I'll put in the code, okay? And thank you guys so much. And I'll put everything in right now in the notes, and you can check the comments, okay? KCKHQ. Hopefully I don't have anything wrong. To sign
Linda
up
Clark
with code.
For
What
Linda
was that?
Clark. Yes, right now it's $24.95 on the side, but we're working to get a few more people in the membership, and then it will go down to 20.
Yeah, that's true. And then you can cancel anytime also if you needed to. And I just put the code in right now. Okay. So you have that in there too. All right. If you need anything, I hope to see you in the membership. I hope you join us. You'll love, I say this all the time, but it couldn't be more true. And I won't keep you after this. Our members are the kindest people ever, like ever. And they're kind to everybody. They're helpful to everybody. And on top of that, every day when you're in there, they inspire you. There's new paintings in the feed like nonstop. Everybody's talking with one another. And then Tuesday we're live together. If not, another day in the week if I jump in. But Tuesdays we're always together, and it's my favorite night of the week. So your hubby cooks too. Yay! Oh, you're welcome, Linda. Thank you so much. Bye, Tommy Lou. But you'll love them. I promise you. You'll love them so much. But thank you so much, and have a wonderful night, ladies. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you soon. Enjoy using your rake brush. Lift off. See you soon. Bye.